the big development on the vaccine front, on the COVID-19 front, has been the Russian president announcing the vaccine. But there are many skeptics around the world saying that when it comes to trials, the trials are not complete. And now the WHO has also come out and said that this vaccine is not part of the 9 experiments on their list.
Well, let me point your attention to the fact that the vaccine is not being used right now. It has been registered. So the third stage of testing is still on. But the specialists, the experts who are doing it, they have assured us that this vaccine will not be dangerous. It will not contain the germs of the virus of COVID-19. It will contain the so-called vector viruses. And so the main question is it going to be really effective as we expect? But it's not going to be dangerous for humans. That's the main thing. This is basically the reason why it was decided to register it.
Okay, so it is so the efficacy is still in question, is what you're saying?
Yes, but certainly it is safe. It will not hurt your health if you take it. So this is the main thing. Now we will see how effective will it be. Will it be really 100% effective? This is the remaining question.
Some research says the findings of the research organization that has come out with the vaccine says that it will be effective for 2 years. How does one trust that? And is Russia in touch with WHO with regards to the vaccine? Because WHO also has to clear it, right?
Well, WHO has to clear it for sales abroad. Inside the country, Russia can use any kind of vaccine, any kind of medicine that we want. But we want it to be international because we can imagine if the so-called big pharma gets involved with that, they will certainly sell this vaccine on a commercial base. And that's going to be expensive, probably unattainable for people from developing countries. So what Russia wants to do is to make this vaccine disposable for people for a modest price. You know, the Russian sovereign fund, the Russian Fund of Direct Investment headed by Kirill Dmitriev, this sovereign fund is, they have a lot of money, and they made it very clear that they were not after money making this vaccine. They were after the result. So right now we already have orders for about 1 billion doses of the vaccine. That was announced by this sovereign fund. And if indeed this vaccine is successful, I see no reason why countries with big populations, why shouldn't they use it? Because it's not dangerous, and most likely it's going to be effective. I can understand why big pharma and a lot of media controlled by big pharma are negative about this vaccine because they have been monopolists.
You say that right now it can be used nationally, but for international usage or for Russia to provide it to others, it requires WHO clearance. Meanwhile, the Sputnik vaccine website has already put out information saying that 20 countries have already put in requests to obtain the Sputnik vaccine, which includes India. What's the kind of conversation that you're hearing on that front?
Well, I heard the same figures that you mentioned. 1 billion orders and 20 countries interested, India among them. Well, we are very happy about this interest. I think that the reputation of Russia is at stake here. I think that President Putin would not be making this announcement personally if he had not been sure that this would be effective. And the main thing, people should understand that this vaccine that they are going to take, it's not going to contain the germs. It's not going to contain the virus of COVID-19. They are not risking attracting the disease before the treatment. Certainly worth a try, and I would urge people not to trust skeptical reactions from the West before we have definitive data from the trial. The trial is going to be international. The testing is going to be international. It's going to take place in several countries. So very soon we are going to have the information about it. Right now, Russia just registered it because it's important to register, and it already sent a kind of a positive signal to the economies of many countries.
Dimitri, hoping that the trials are a success, but for now, it needs to be completed for it to reach other parts of the world, even as most countries continue to make the effort in bringing out a COVID-19 vaccine. Many thanks for joining us.